Yes.
So whenever we slice couple them in and create a new one.
Yeah, whenever we what slice? No, slice is a read. So yes, if that's correct, a slice definitely creates a new object anyways. But it's definitely it's reading anyways. Okay, yes.
But the concatenation.
The what?
The concatenation.
Concatenation. Yeah, so okay. Did you wanna suggest something to try?
What's the practical difference between list and tuples for some, like why would you use it?
Like next session, we're gonna talk about dictionaries. So that's the very first case in which you need to use a tuple. So if you have a list that you want to put in a dictionary, you need to turn it into a tuple because the dictionary only accepts immutable values as keys. So that's one case. We're gonna talk about it. The general description of when we need to use a tuple is when we're not gonna change it, when we need an immutable version of the list. Okay, so let's create a tuple. Let's try the one. So let's say t equal 5 without commas, just to see it. Okay, so now if I print t, it's an int, right? If I say types t, okay, it's not a tuple. But if I say t equal 5 comma, regardless whether I use a parenthesis or not, and then if I try to print it later, it is a tuple regardless. Okay. So if I try to print the type again, now I want to concatenate something to it. Okay, so I can say t plus equal. So it has to be something of the same type because it's just like we concatenated strings. Right, you concatenate string to a string. We need to concatenate a tuple to a tuple. So let's say we want to concatenate these. Now if I print t, okay, so it's pretty much the same way it worked out with a string. Yes.
Does it take the most recent object?
So when we change the value, the old value is discarded. So when I say t equal, so this was the old value. I said, let's say t equal 5 comma. So that's a new value. The old value is discarded. Yeah. So another object. Now the variable t points that new object. That old object is there until it's garbage collected.
So that's the 5.
Yeah, this 5 is in the garbage now. And this old list, this 5 that was the single element tuple, also in the garbage now. Because when we appended, we created a new object that is now what T refers to. Okay? Yes.
You can't add another value. That would make it like trace the purpose of the tuple. What could you add more to this?
We can add, but it doesn't, like behind the scenes, it doesn't go to the same object. It creates a new object with a new value. So I can do like this, t plus equal another value. So let's say 10, it has to be a tuple, okay? So now t, it looks like we changed the value of the same object, but it's just a new object. Now the variable t points to that new object. Exactly. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Does that add according to the ascending order? Like it's 5, 7, 8, 10.
Is this what? Sure.
Like is it adding like is it ascending order?
Ascending.
Yeah, it's first to
No, I think that's the order I put them, right? So I can put this here as equal 1. Oh, sorry, it has to be equal 2. It's just that the order, like I accidentally put them in order. I mean, it doesn't order them. I mean, there is an order based on when did you enter it. Okay, and that order is specified by the index. So I can also access the elements using the index. Yes.
add like another value
from a different steps. Let's say if you want to put like 3 in between 5 and 6.
I don't know if that's possible with a tuple. It might be possible with the list. There could be a function called insert, and it takes an ending to insert into. I'm not sure if that's in all the sequences. We can test it and see. Yes.
Why do you have to put a comma after when you add 6, 7?
6, 7, 8. There are commas there, right?
Yeah, but like in the other one, you put a comma after the last number.
No, not after the last number. It's at least there has to be at least one comma, even if it's one element. So just leave it there. So as long as this one has commas there, so it should be fine. But this is training because it's the only element. Other questions? Okay. No, that was a bit ambitious from me. So we're gonna talk about the strings, and perhaps we can end there. All right. So the string is a special type of sequence. It's just it's the only type of sequence that doesn't have commas. Yes.
So for example, type, you said that it creates a new object. This is the detail after
So there is the concept of garbage collection that like there's another program that runs periodically to clean up the objects that are not in use. But as far as your program is, as far as your own program, it's not accessible to you unless there's another pointer or another variable pointing to it. Yeah. Yes.
So like when you say tuple is immutable, does that mean that it takes whatever it has and puts it in garbage and makes it new one?
Yeah.
So you're not
It's not like it puts it in garbage. It's just it breaks the link. So it removes the value that used to be pointing here. So this object still exists in this address until the garbage collector will take it. Okay, but as far as X is concerned, it's not accessible through X. If you happen to have another variable pointing to it, then it will remain accessible through this variable. Okay, but what happens here when we change the immutable object is just a new object is created. The variable is now pointing at the new object. This one, as far as this variable is concerned, doesn't know anything about it.
And then with mutable, it keeps the same address.
Yes. So there was another question. Yes. Yeah, I can take any types, other tuples. So let me append another tuple. So I'm gonna append something. So let's say I'll append a tuple. 1, 3, 5, and a list. 6, 4, 2, and true. Okay, now we have all different types in the same tuple. Okay. A string is pretty much similar in like this access of the elements using the index, and all these operations still apply to it. However, it's just the only difference is that it's not exactly a sequence. It is not. I mean, it is a sequence with a spatial nature. Okay, so if so, we have 2 minutes. Let's just say if you want to try some of these functions in on the list, let me know. So one thing you're curious about regarding the string. So I'm gonna create a S equal ABC. So let me know. What are you curious about in these functions? Yes. Min and max works is because the characters are stored as Unicode, so it is based on the Unicode. So min of S, obviously A, min of maximum of S. Now you see there's a trick here, so let me append something to S. So I'm gonna append the X, Y, Z in capital, because you might be surprised when you see this. Okay, so now S has some capital letters and some small letters. Now if I try the min on S now, it's X. Now in the Unicode table, yeah, that's surprising. In the Unicode table, the capital letters comes first. So they have the Unicode is less, the number that represents the letter is less. And then, so the capital letters go in the table, and then the small letters come out. All right. Now if we say max, it would be small. All right, so that's all what we have today.